Greetings, Newark. My name is Amina Bey, and I am your councilwoman for the Central Ward. And welcome to Central Ward Conversations. The purpose of Central Ward Conversations is to provide Central Ward residents with clear, accessible information about city departments, services, priorities, and how to engage with local government. Our guest here today is the Director of the Department of Public Works, Director Kareem Adeem. Welcome.
Welcome, thank you, Councilwoman.
So I know that you are the interim director of Public Works, but you're also the director of the Department of Water and Sewer, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so how long have you been the director of one and both?
I've been the director of Water and Sewer over 8 years. This November make 8 years. Lost my mentor, my sister Andrea Adebawale,
Yes.
and passed away in 2018. And the mayor gave me an opportunity and tasked me with moving the water department forward. I've been interim director of DPW since July. Thanks to the mayor and this administration, get another opportunity to come in and just move our DPW into the future, right? Move it a little forward.
And how long have you been working for the city?
I've been working for the city off and on. I worked for about 6 mayors, a little over 33 years.
Okay, all right. So you are definitely well versed in city services.
Well, I don't know if I'm well versed. I think I've been around too long, and sometimes I get myself in trouble because I got too many of the answers that I probably shouldn't have from being around. But it pays an advantage for the administration and me.
Well, I appreciate you being here today. And one of the things that we wanted to do is really to just try to discern and distinguish between the services that the Department of Public Works is responsible for and what they do versus the responsibility of, say, businesses or corporations or residents, because sometimes there's some confusion, especially when it comes to emergency situations like snow and things of that nature. So can you just outline for us what is the responsibility and the services provided by the Department of Public Works?
Well, one of the main responsibilities of the Department of Public Works is to pick up refuse. That's garbage and recycling. We have a Zone A and a Zone B. Zone A consists of 5 pickup areas in the city. Zone B is 5 pickup areas in the city. Zone A is a Monday and a Thursday pickup. Zone B is a Tuesday and a Friday pickup. In between there, we pick up recycling on Monday and Tuesday, which is cardboard and paper. And on Thursdays and Friday, we pick up bottles and cans in a truck. In the last year, the administration has opened 3 service centers around the city. Four service centers around the city. We're still working on the Central Ward ones, the locations, right? That's our next one. And those service centers they're open 6 days a week from 7 to 3:30, and you can drop off your recycling, your trash, your paper goods, your white goods, or bulk items, no more than 10, same that we pick up. DPW also pick up bulk items, no more than 10 items, but Zone A is the first Wednesday of the month, and Zone B is the second Wednesday of the month. Yard waste is on the 4th or 5th Wednesdays of the month. DPW also offers services like, we're responsible in conjunction with the Office of Sustainability of pruning trees and taking down trees, fallen trees. DPW assisting, the city-owned parks that clean up. DPW has a division of public buildings that manages all the city public buildings, right? That's from with a bunch of building trades, carpenters, electricians, plumbers, HVAC technicians, masons, and things like that. DPW does street sweeping, is in charge of street sweeping. DPW is in charge of city cleanliness. A lot of times you see DPW, they're going around and they're cleaning up our main corridors. DPW, in conjunction with the Newark Police, we do illegal dumping too, right? There's a illegal dumping task force. We come out and try to abate illegal dumping. And in conjunction with code enforcement, we do clean and liens. That's when some owners that don't take care of their property, it gets to a point where the code enforcement puts a lien on it and they tell us to go out and clean it up. In the winter, we're responsible for snow plowing. snow plowing. So we'll come out during snowstorms, before snowstorms, and after snowstorms. We're pre-salting, right, or before a storm happens. So we're putting out brine and salting areas that's hills and main corridors. Our job is in during the snowstorm is to push, right? We push the snow out the way. We make the streets passable. Passable is in the eye of the beholder, but our thing is passable. We make them passable. We don't remove snow. We don't get into a snow removal operation.
Okay, yes, let's be
get
clear
into
about this.
It's a snow plowing operation. I mean, I remember as a kid growing up in the first storm, it was probably about 82 or 83. I think it was Easter, the Easter storm, the big Easter storm. We got about 30 or 40 inches. You know, me and my brothers and my cousins, we grabbed shovels and we went around the city, you know, shoveling out people, right? Doing what everybody asking DPW do, shoveling out parking lots, shoveling out people's walkways and entryways. We don't really see that no more with kids, but I mean, hopefully they'll remember that's an easy way to come back and really give to your community, and you may get paid for it. However, we do remove snow that may be causing a hazard to a certain area that someone may pile up. I think we get caught up in that. Residents feel that DPW comes through and they say, "Hey, DPW plowed my car in." Our job is to make the streets passable, right? Making them passable allows our first responders to get through in the time of need. When I say the first responders, we need to make the main corridors passable. The main corridors, so the ambulance and the police, right, can get through in the fire department. DPW has to clean up in front of the firehouses and the police stations. We have to make sure we clean up around the hospitals, right? We want to make sure that these emergency response vehicles can get in and out of the hospitals. And then we clean up around the dialysis centers, right? We want to make sure people that's going into these medical facilities in the city, dialysis centers or other type of medical facilities in the city, that they're accessible, that people may reside at, have to go to. Those moms and pops and the children in the next day or two after school, after a storm, need to go back to work and school. So we're getting the streets open.
So you mentioned before about residents coming out and, you know, when you were a kid and you used to get the shovel and go and, you know, and shovel and make some money. I know that the mayor put out a call for Minutemen during this last storm. You tell us about that.
Sure. So the Minutemen is an opportunity where we, you know, the mayor, I want to say maybe 2018, launched this in the DPW, and it was for those individuals to come in. Probably if we had need for them to go help us shovel out some crosswalks, some stuff that the city may have owned. Also, it's for those Newark residents that may had pickup trucks with plows and things like that to help us get the city open a little quicker. It's some of the secondary and tertiary streets that are a little small for our trucks to get through. Those are some of the last streets we do. So we do the primary, secondary, and tertiary streets, and those are dead ends. So we had Minutemen come in during one of our storms. I think we got about 20 inches around during COVID. Either it was before COVID or during COVID. And those Minutemen came in with I think we got about 40 to 50 people with trucks, and another like 20 people that came in with shovels, and we deployed them around the city to help us open up those entryways and those those streets that were a little tight. We made them more wider. So part of snow plowing is, you know, the first time is to see blacktop, and as we come through later on throughout the day or the next couple of days, we're just widening the street, right? In most areas you go in, like Broad Street, normally you'll see curb to curb because there's really no cars on sections of Broad Street where you can't park. So it allows the plow to get all the way to the curb, and that street is open widely. On McCarter Highway, we don't do that, but the state does it. But because there's no parking, you see that it's open, all 4 lanes or 6 lanes are wide open. That's called curb to curb plowing. However, in Newark, because of the parking situation and how we do, you don't really see that on a lot of streets.
So that was something that came up about the parking. What is it that you recommend for residents when it comes to, okay, we got the report, we have a big snowfall coming. What do I do with my car so I can make sure that DPW can come through and do its job?
I think you pay a little more attention to the announcements, the robocalls and things that the mayor does. Right, Mayor Baraka has been doing robocalls his entire administration, informing the public on what's going on, and those updates that he gives. Because in there he tells you, he lists, in our website, the mayor announcing his robocalls, and you go on the city website, they list a variety of different schools that you can park in during the storm. When the storm's over, you got to move your car, though, right? But they listed, we cooperate with the Newark Board of Education. And I think most recently the administration and Reverend Roundtree has reached out to some of the churches or religious institutions that opened their parking lots during the storm, people to park in while we, plow in these big storms. But people got to remember, when it's over, you got to get your car out of that school parking lot or that other religious institution that may have let you use it, because we want them to continue to work with us to allow you to use it, but they need to do their snow abatement also in their parking lots.
So you mentioned about illegal dumping before, and that's something that that you deal with. Tell us about what exactly is illegal dumping. Is it just someone just leaving their garbage out? Is it people from other areas or the people from Newark? What is illegal dumping? What does it look like, and how can we report it?
So illegal dumping looks like the vehicle or the individuals that come up into the vacant lot next to you or the vacant house next to you or the abandoned house next to you and just put their garbage or debris there, right? A lot of times it's out-of-towners, but most time it's your neighbors that you see every day, that you turn a blind eye to. It's not on my house, but you don't care. But that illegal dumping start causing blight to the area, right? To me, I feel like, see something, say something, right? And saying something is call the number, right? Call the 9-emergency 6000, the 973-733-6000, and report it. Take a picture. We don't want you going out there being RoboCop. We just want take the picture of the illegal dumpers, if you can get a license plate, and report that to 6000, right? So we can go after that individual that dumped that stuff.
So what should residents know about the Department of Public Works? How the services are requested, how it's organized, how you show up to serve the city of Newark?
So for services, I encouraged the residents maybe 2 years ago in 2024, we relaunched the DPW's website. It's a variety of information on the DPW's website. And the phone number. DPW, we have a customer service office, and that number is 973-733-3644. 973-733-3644. And that's if you need to request any type of services that we may offer. The other part is, making yourself familiar with what DPW offers every day, right? And that's either visiting the website or calling to ask information.
So DPW is a huge department with a lot of responsibilities. When I say huge, I mean you cover so many different things. I see you at the council meetings. People are always having comments, and sometimes there are some misconceptions about what the role and responsibility of your department is. Try to help us clear up some misconceptions. What are some of the things that come your way that are not necessarily for DPW, but people insist that they are? And how can we help provide them with the proper information?
Thank you, Councilwoman. DPW don't put up signs. Right? It's an engineering thing. We don't put up parking signs. DPW don't write parking tickets. DPW don't tow cars. DPW don't come out and shovel snow from in front of your house. That's not a DPW job.
You don't do my driveway?
No, I don't do your driveway.
Okay.
I don't do your driveway.
Okay.
We're not going to have the snowplow driver get out of the snowplow truck and start shoveling your driveway. It may create a workman comp issue. Now we ain't got nobody to drive the snowplow, right? DPW don't come in, clean out private areas, right? The sidewalk is the responsibility of the business owner or the homeowner. Right? You need to clean your sidewalk. DPW don't give you free salt. Right? You can't just come to DPW and get free salt. DPW does have a division called motors. Right? We fix the city vehicles, not your vehicle. We don't remove your vehicle off the street because it broke down. However, DPW is like before I got into DPW, I always thought the first responders was police, fire, and water, right? Because I thought they were 24-hour operation. But DPW is too.
Yes.
DPW is a 24-hour operation because if it's a crash, DPW responded. We need to clean up the fenders and the stuff that's left in the street after the tow truck moves away, right? Yes. The fire department may put speedy dry down, but DPW needs to clean that up. DPW is not the residents' personal get things done number. All right, what DPW do enforce city cleanliness, right? In conjunction with code enforcement and our sanitation inspectors. DPW don't pick up private trash. You know, most businesses have a trade waste permit where they're responsible to pick up their private trash. Have a dumpster, right, where that dumpster should be picked up, you know, once or twice a week or more, depending on the amount of garbage you get. DPW don't come out and paint for you, right? Because I mean, people come and say, "Hey, I got a no parking or handicap sign. Could you paint the curb?" That's not a DPW
You get
job.
requests for paint.
It's not a DPW job. However, the men and women at DPW, right, work in extreme weather conditions,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It's cold. It's been cold out there the last 3 weeks, and hats off to those men and women that come to work every day, right? That's out there at 10 at night. DPW has about 4 shifts, right? We have a 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning shift. We have a 6 a.m. in the morning to 2 p.m. in the afternoon shift. We have a 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. shift. And we have a 3:30 to like midnight shift. So DPW, you know, we're out there in extreme weather conditions. When it's 100 and something degrees, we're picking up garbage. We're picking up debris. We're picking up recycling. When it's cold, we got to still pick up the garbage. We just ask for you to bear with us during some of the extreme weather conditions because it may be delayed, right? Your pickup may be delayed. Not that we're not going to get it, but we may be moving a little slower, right? Especially when we're dealing with snow and ice and things like that, we're going to be delayed. When it's pouring down rain, and DPW continues to work.
Well, I just wanted to, first of all, I just want to thank you because you and everyone in your department has done an amazing job. It's a lot. It's a lot. This is the largest city in the state of New Jersey, and it is a lot to cover, and you do a lot in your department. So we definitely appreciate all your efforts. If you can give us one more time the phone number that people can call if they wanted to report an issue.
For DPW, that number is 973-733-3644. I would be remiss if I don't mention I'm also the current director of the Department of Water and Sewer. We are also a 24-hour operation.
Yes.
973-733-3654, 3654. 3644 is DPW. 3654 is the Department of Water and Sewer. That's our 24-hour emergency hotline for the Department of Water and Sewer. 7 days a week, 24/7.
Well, for a man that's covering 2 departments that are open to it, that work 24 hours a day, you look amazingly well. And I thank you so much for your time and for your attention today. And we thank you, Central Ward, for tuning in to Central Ward Conversations. I'm your Councilwoman, Amina Bey, and this is Director Karima Dean. And we will see you next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And help us keep the city clean this upcoming spring, right, with the councilman in every ward, like we do in every ward, our spring cleanups, and help DPW keep the city clean. Newark is not a dump. Don't litter and cause us to pick up your junk.
That's right. We love Newark, and we're going to keep it clean.